let's talk about the PlayStation VR. You've been playing a ton of this, Akeem. That's obviously one of the biggest things we'd be talking about right now. We're all biased. We love the Elden Ring, but let's talk about PlayStation VR 2. Yeah, Akeem.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Yes. I'm super excited, that the PSVR 2 is finally out right now. And I'm sure, we have, our fair share. A lot of people know that we have like our fair share of PC VR headsets and 2 generations of Meta standalone Quest. But, it's been almost like 7 years since we've gotten a console VR headset. Now I gotten, like the thing is with me, PlayStation, I'm sure they took their time to bring us this new virtual tech. And as someone who's been using the Quest since way back when it said Oculus on the box, I noticed quite a few differences that, in my opinion, just kind of make the PSVR 2 far more superior than its main competition. I want to start first with comfort because I feel like that's really important. Now, the PSVR 2 is by far the best fitting VR headset I've ever used, hands down. The Halo design makes it really easy to kind of just like adjust the actual visor portion, which really feels very lightweight. It's a very lightweight headset. And one of the Quest's biggest advantages is, surprisingly enough, is also one of its disadvantages, and it's because it's an all-in-one. So like the headset kind of like is very, very weighty on your face. I even avoided wearing glasses with the Quest 2 because I already had a problem with light leakage due to there being no real protection in the design. It's also heavy. Again, light leakage is terrible when you're trying to immerse yourself in any VR world. Now with the PSVR 2, however, it has this built-in rubberized housing, which is fixed to the visor. So it kind of blocks out all the environmental lighting. And the visor can be adjusted separately to kind of make room for someone, opting to kind of like wear their glasses. This is, believe it or not, guys, this is the first time that I've been able to play a VR game with complete clarity. I've never been able to play with 20/20 vision. This is the first time. And speaking of vision, I want to talk about like the second thing that I think the PSVR 2 does better than the Quest 2, and that's visual. That's the visual display. The visuals on the PSVR 2 is a stunning 2,000 by 2040 pixels on an HDR OLED display. If you're looking for like just vivid images that kind of just really pop and showcase the graphical fidelity of the games you're playing, well, this is it. This is the thing you want to get. I don't mean to break out into that weird accent. I don't know where that came from.
No, it's good.
Anyways, thank you. So the PSVR 2, it takes full-on advantage of the PS5's hardware. So the games you'll be diving into will look vastly different than anything you can do with the LCD display on the Quest 2, which is at like a 1832 by 1920 pixels. Your eyes, honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, deserve better than that. Treat yourself. You should treat yourself to something better, and there is something better out right now. It definitely cannot. OLED supersedes LCD, in my opinion. Final thing that PSVR 2 does way better than the Quest 2 is immersion. Now, we really should talk about this because I feel like that's like super duper important with any game that you're playing. Is how does it pull you into the world? Well, the rumble feature or the haptic feedback in the PSVR 2 kind of just adds to the overall immersion while you're gaming. Very similar to what PlayStation has been doing for many years with their controllers. But this one is also, not only is it in the controllers, it's also in the headset, which is like, I've never experienced that in any VR headset ever. And with the eye tracking feature you have to set up on the PSVR 2, you tend to see a graphical increase depending on where you're looking. Thanks to its foveated rendering technology. I know those just sound like fancy words.
It's a cool word. I didn't know what foveated was prior to this.
That is a great word.
So,
Yeah. Doesn't it sound awesome?
It does.
It's, yeah. One of the things, I really noticed when I was playing like Horizon Call of the Mountain, not Revenge of the Mountain, or where that
Revenge
came
of the
from.
Mountain's the sequel. It's not out yet.
Call of the Duty.
So Horizon Call of the Mountain really, because obviously it's a PSVR 2 exclusive, it really takes advantage of the foveated rendering technology, where like you can actually navigate in-game options with just like moving your eye. So wherever you move it, you can actually navigate things. It's really cool. It's like I felt like I was Iron Man inside of his Iron Man suit with Jarvis. That's a Marvel reference. People get it, I'm sure.
Yes.
Anyways, couple that with PlayStation's Pulse 3D headset, you get complete immersion as the audio is also isolated. I have the headset over here. The Quest 2 has 3D audio as well, but the audio immersion is kind of ruined since you can still hear outside sound.
Right,
So,
right.
But to its credit, you can also plug in your favorite headset to it. So there's that. So to kind of summarize my experience with the PSVR 2. Week 1, I love it. And I know there's going to be a lot of skeptics out there that might hold off on the PSVR 2 because of its current library of games. But you know what? I'm just going to tell you right now, I think PlayStation is really just getting started with this thing. Obviously, it's only been 1 week. The majority of games, though, I would give to those people that you can get on the PSVR 2 are ports of Quest 2 games, yes. But the few games you cannot get on Quest 2 are well worth the investment if you're interested in VR, in my opinion. Like Resident Evil Village, that's an amazing experience in VR. It's definitely heightened by being in VR, which you can only experience right now on PSVR 2, and the games you might have experienced on Quest 2 are further enhanced by the PSVR 2's OLED display and the PS5's hardware. So PlayStation has major plans. Let's just keep that in mind. They have major plans for PSVR 2, and game devs are sure to take advantage of this capability. So if you are, in fact, on the market, and you're not PSVR, but you're a VR enthusiast, or you're just plain curious about VR in general, I would definitely check out PSVR 2. It's the optimal experience. PlayStation has single-handedly made me personally excited about the future of VR, and I mean, I'll actively be playing any game that I think kind of innovates in the VR space. So thank you so much. I will kiss you now.
Bravo.
Don't do that. It's bad for the lenses. If you enjoyed that, check out full episodes of Beyond, IGN's PlayStation shows. We goof around about everything PlayStation related, sometimes covering it seriously. New episodes drop every Tuesday on IGN.com or YouTube.com/IGN Games.